Back in 2010, when I was in the 5th grade, one day early in the year, we had a lockdown. It was nearly the end of the day on a Friday, and all of a sudden, over the central intercom system, our principal says, "We're locking down. Get into your designated areas. This is not a drill." The other kids in my class started freaking out, screaming. The teacher told us to be quiet and get into the corner of the room. Everyone, including me, is at this point is just barely keeping it together. After a few minutes, we hear yelling and a banging noise coming from outside our door. It sounded like a man yelling, "Fuck you, bitch, you're getting it," and a woman screaming. The screaming went on for a few minutes before police arrived, and they started yelling, "Get down," repeatedly before a shot rang out, and then a man's scream of pain was unleashed. Then the police started yelling, "Grab him." Then there was more screaming and police yelling. Then the screaming became more and more distant. Then the principal started talking again. He said the intruder had been arrested. And after about 30 minutes, a cop came to our door and let us out, and we walked in a single file line past where the commotion had just occurred. I was in the middle of the line. As those in front got out, I heard gasps from them, and the police and our teachers telling us not to look. I didn't get a good look, but I was told there was a small pool of blood. We walked out the back entrance of the school, where we were met by cops and other teachers asking if they needed to call our parents or if we needed a ride home. I was able to have a teacher call my dad, and he came and picked me up. Our school was closed for a week, and in that time I found out what happened. It was all over the news. Some homeless man broke into the school by breaking open a window on the first floor with a bat that had metal spikes on the side of it. The man was walking around the school yelling crazy shit like, "God will not forgive you, and you will be judged in due time." He apparently didn't try to open any classroom doors. He was just walking around yelling in the halls at kids. The kids ran, but he didn't bother chasing. But after a few minutes of this, we went into lockdown, and he kept walking around until he saw one of the lunch ladies who had just came out of the bathroom. He chased her, and then she put up a good run for a minute, but he threw his bat at her, hitting her with the spiked part in her back. She fell. Then he ran up to her and started to inappropriately assault her, and he did that until the police came. The police ended up shooting him after he didn't comply with their orders. He got shot in the chest and died a few hours later in hospital. That school was never the same place after this. It was one of the craziest things that's ever happened in our town. Also, that asshole fucking caused us to lose a week of summer vacation.